Shade 45. So we had to fade out. We were having fucking problems. That's the bad thing about the new building. It's just it's a little buggy still. But the good thing is I got my own parking, and you have a 360-degree view of the city, and I got a free orange. Here's some theme. Here's some theme music. Let's go. Let's get it. It's Thursday. Shit, man. This week just fucking flew by. Shout out to Alex for not booking a ton of guests for me this week. I'm so... You come back, you're all out of sorts, you're a little fucking rusty, and the last thing you want to do is fucking talk to somebody where you can shit the bed. God damn it. I didn't shit the bed. Kanisha Bus will be here, but she's like an old friend of the show. She is an old friend of the show. Just had a baby. Some good hair, too. Fucking full head of hair. That child. I came out bald as fuck, and now I'm bald as fuck. It's almost like it was like it's telling the future. I look like Uncle Fester. Now I look like child molester. Whatever, dude. Just joking. Child molesters look like anybody's uncle or neighbor. Don't be afraid of never be afraid of like the strangers. They don't want your kids. It's your relatives. It's the relatives and big fucking cousins. That's what I learned throughout the years. Throughout the years. This isn't even the one I wanted. I hate when I don't know the words of the songs. That ain't it either, sorry. Nope, not that one either. Well, fuck me, dude. Alright, we're just gonna listen to this. Alright. This is Bad Bad Not Good, in case you're wondering what jazz band we're playing. I think they're from Toronto. So me and Kanisha Bus are going to chop it up. It's been a fucking minute. Countdown to the fight. It's less than a month away, guys. You ready? John versus Chris. John, you been exercising?
Every day nearly.
Yep, because you're late with the news every fucking day, man. Every day. You have... Once again, John has put John's needs ahead of the fucking show's needs.
Well, you want to get my head kicked in? Well, don't answer that.
Yeah, I kind of do. John, I don't know. I'm really curious to see how this is going to go because your chin is so big. It might be like this fucking, like, unbreakable force. Like, you just punch the chin and Chris's hand's going to shatter. Or it might be this giant fucking thing that's just easy to tap and it's going to knock you out.
Hey, they warn me every day. Protect that chin, and they're not joking. They are not joking. Those trainers.
What do you use to protect your chin? Like a shield? Like one of those old ancient shields that knights use?
I'll look into that.
Because that is a long chin.
Use my shoulders.
Right there. Put your hands up, knuckles up, guards up.
They even forced me to put a ball under my chin because I wasn't doing it. Like, John, come on.
You got to put a bullet?
A ball under my chin.
Oh, a
force
ball
myself to protect my chin.
I know, because your chin is so big.
They're worried about the chin. They really are.
Have you ever seen a toboggan?
I used to ride a toboggan.
Your face looks like one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Toboggans are fun.
Chris, you ready for him?
I've been ready. Just kind of waiting.
I booked my ticket and shit. I'm ready to fly out there. And I think I'm going to be signing books at a bookstore. They're not going to let me read.
What?
They're not going to let me read. But I can go there and sign books.
Just put you in the back. Serve some coffee.
Dude, man, I'm telling you, I get no respect. I get no respect in the book game. None. My book's outselling half of their fucking books, and they won't even carry my shit. So I was just like, And to be fair, it's a fucking Longhorns home game, and I'm not about to go against that shit. So it's like, I'll just come by and sign the books. I'll tell people that I'm going to be there at a certain time. If they want to come by and take a picture and meet me, you're more than fucking welcome to. Sign up at onemorejude.com to get all the information. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you fucking everything. All right. Kanisha Bus is next. I haven't seen Kanisha since she had her baby. Tits are looking fucking big as shit, Kanisha. Jesus fucking Christ with the milk.
Wow.
The motherfuckers are... God damn.
Check that out.
That's the beautiful thing about doing radio. In this little box, I'm in the studio. I'm allowed to say whatever grimy shit. Well, not whatever, but a lot of grimy shit. If I would have said that in the hallway, I'd be fired. But right now, I could be like, your titties are big. They're big. You got some big ass motherfucking titties. Some milk titties. Motherfucking milk titties. Vitamin D ass titties.
Is she your friend?
Yeah, it's my homegirl. You think I would just say that to a fucking stranger?
Why?
Fucking go on a titty talk? Instead of TED Talk, it's a tit talk. Kanisha Bus, tit talk with Kanisha. All right. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to take a fucking piss. And then come back with Kanisha Bus. I got to hear all about everything. I got to hear all about fucking everything with Kanisha Bus. Old friend of the show. It's been too long. I feel like it's been like a year. Fuck, girl. All right, man. No more bullshit, and Kanisha's next. Then we got the news, and we got the pill mix. Don't go anywhere, y'all.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
Shade 45. What up, though? Kanisha Bus.
Yes. What is going on, yo?
Last time I saw you, you were pregnant.
I was pregnant.
How old is your baby now?
6 months.
Man,
it has been a wild ass journey. Let me tell you about it.
because you weren't planning on being pregnant. This was
some random freak. She outran the Plan B pill and decided to show up any damn way. And I was.
Oh, you
not
Plan
having
B
kids.
her ass?
I Plan B her ass.
She's like, Plan C, I'm here.
Y'all gonna see.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. I was, parenting was not a part of my plan. I had already raised all my sister's kids, brothers and sisters. I was living free.
And you were like,
Yeah, I'm 37 with a newborn. What the hell is going on? Shit.
shout out to your man Sperm. He got some fucking...
Well, he's in his 20s, so that sperm is fun.
he got that,
I'm almost 10 years
He got
older
that
than
brand new sperm.
him. Yeah, it's fresh and active.
I was thinking about having a kid, and I'm like, I don't know. My sperm is old.
And you've already, because your daughter's grown at this point.
She's 23.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's a babysitter, though.
I know,
Shit.
right? I know. All right, let's talk enough about my sperm. Let's talk about you.
Oh my gosh. So let me start with the bullshit. So right after I seen you, my baby was due May 8th. Okay. So I had her 2 months early while I was driving. So
Pisces.
no, she's an
Was she
Aries.
Aries?
So yeah,
All
she's
right.
an Aries. So everybody, I was in labor for a week. Nobody believed me. I didn't have kids before. Everybody was like, no, it's just the baby dropping. You just have really bad gas. And I'm sitting there dying like, yo, how am I going to make it through labor if this part of pregnancy is this bad? You know what I'm saying? Like I was on my hands and knees in the bed with my face against the wall, just, and my dude was rubbing my back and he's like, yo, it's just the gas. You're going to be okay. So that morning, I had just happened to have a doctor's appointment at 10 in the morning, and I'm driving, talking to my sister, and every 3 minutes, I'm like, this gas is, because everybody has
Those are
convinced me at this
contractions?
point.
Is
Yes.
that contract?
I'm
okay.
contracting.
All right, bet. Okay, now I'm understanding.
And I was at the mall the other day contracting in the mall, still thinking it was gas because I'm shopping for my baby shower because I hadn't had my baby shower yet. And so I'm sitting there trying on dresses going, and just thinking that everybody's telling me this shit is normal.
You're going to need a smaller dress.
Trying to squeeze this stomach in this goddamn dresses.
Yeah.
I would have had a baby in Fashion Nova, yo. That shit would have been crazy if it would have been a few more hours later. Like it'd have been me, Cardi B, we all repping this shit. I would have needed a deal.
Thank God you wasn't at Rainbow. That would have been
Shit.
That would have been a budget baby.
Oh, that would have been cold. But I would have been calling my baby Bo. Come here, Bo.
Little Bobo.
Bobo.
You know, I knocked up my baby mama at McDonald's. So.
Oh, shit.
Yep. I got a kid. So there you go.
I'm telling you, I don't even know if people was having sex in bathrooms no more because I had sex in the dressing room for prom. Like,
yeah.
Back in the day, that
throwback
was the thing
shit.
to do.
Yeah. No one's fucking in bathrooms or you never see kids playing it under. Remember when you was little, you go shopping, you play in the fucking clothing racks and hide? I don't never see kids hiding in the clothing racks anymore.
Because they're
I
all
look
in
for
phones.
them to
They're
tickle
in-
them.
You can't just be tickling kids these days.
Here comes Uncle Tickle.
Stranger danger around this motherfucker.
So wait, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Did your water break anytime?
Okay, let me tell you what happened.
All
The
right.
water, she was still in the sack. So I go to the my doctor's appointment and I'm sitting there just and they put me on the table and she's doing the thing. She was like, "When's the last time you heard your baby's heartbeat?" And I was like, shit, I haven't heard it. So at that point I was like, oh shit, I'm having a miscarriage. Like I was freaking out.
Oh my God.
Because then she yells out the thing, I need some help. Call 911. Bitch, in my mind, you are 911. I'm at the goddamn doctor.
Yeah.
So she was like, your baby is breech and you're 3 centimeters dilated. The baby's coming out.
What is breech? Feet first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feet or butt first. I don't even know. I was just in a fucking panic. And
Probably
the baby's
booty first since you the mom.
But like, you gonna back that ass up like it's 1999? Right on out.
Baby, you look good going back that ass up.
And
You a fine little infant going back that ass up.
I'm telling you, popping it already. And so they called the ambulance. They took me to the hospital. I was like, I thought my phone was on. They slowed my heart rate down because their lungs weren't all the way developed. So they had to give me steroids. Now, let me tell you how these motherfuckers almost killed me. Because you know, with me, it's never anything simple. So they give me this little half of prescription, right?
Yeah.
Because she was like, I had this nurse. She was like, I'm only going to give you half. It's really strong. Let me know when you have to go pee. So every now and then she would put the bedpan under me. I was like, I have to pee. So when she gets off, before she ends her shift, she gives me the entire amount of the medication and then leaves. Now I have all new nurses and doctors. Now I'm talking myself to the contractions because I've been in labor all week. So I'm just like, doing it.
Yeah, because you've been dealing with this shit.
Yes. But they don't know. So right after she gives me this, it's like this fire. And this is what they talk about when they say women, especially African-American women, we die at 248% higher rate in childbirth than anybody.
How come?
Because, well, one of the big things is they say that black women, the doctors in their own mentality think that we can handle higher pain, that we're over dramatic, and we are animated people, but shit, we're not gonna.
No, I've been to very silent
Yes.
black movie theaters.
We're animated, but when the shit hurt, we gonna be like, yo, this motherfucking baby tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that don't mean it don't hurt because I'm turned.
Hey, yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
And just the lack of care, and unfortunately, people just don't always treat us with the, what we deserve. So the doctor's looking at me. I am screaming at the top of my lungs, crying, begging them for help. And the doctor says to me, "Are you on drugs? Because I'm not giving you any more drugs." He thought I was faking my pain to get more drugs. And I'm like, yo.
Like, bro.
I couldn't even, you guys don't understand. My mind is blown at this point. I'm like, no, whatever you gave me, I need you to reverse. And I'm talking to the other nurse and she's just looking at me. I was like, you guys don't know me. I was calm before she gave me this. I have never felt pain like this in my life. And it was just.
What did she give you?
Some drug, and then another nurse was like, I didn't take that drug, it makes you hallucinate. Because then I started hallucinating.
Oh, let me get some of that.
The fucking Marlboro Man. This is no lie. The Marlboro Man is standing there in all black. He's turned to the side and he's telling me something is wrong with you. Do not let them tell you that something is not wrong. Something is very wrong. So the fucking Marlboro Man is talking to me, and I can't tell them I see the Marlboro Man
because then they really not gonna believe
they're
you.
really not gonna believe
Saved
me.
by cigarettes once again. Cigarettes saved the day.
I'm telling you, and they're like, it's contractions. I'm like, bitch, this shit is constant. Like,
Right.
It's not. So my dude shows up. He said he could hear me all the way down the fucking hallway screaming at the top of my lungs. He came in and I looked at him with like these eyes of desperation. I was like, I am dying and they're not doing anything about it. So he goes snatch the doctor. He's like, yo, my wife is in here about to fucking die. And they're all looking at me and my whole fucking bladder explodes. everywhere. Now,
Did it get on people?
listen, I thought my water broke because it just was this relief, and they were clean. They was like, "Oh, this is piss," because I was like, "My water broke." They're
It's like them squirter porns.
yes, and it was 10 times. Okay, butt cake, whatever that shit's called. That was me. Piss. I'm talking about everywhere, you guys. But what you have to understand, if it would have exploded internally, I would have went septic and I would have died.
Oh my God.
So, and they're all just sitting there. I didn't have a catheter, and they had numbed me from the waist down.
So you don't even know what the fuck is going on.
I didn't feel anything except this. I didn't feel like I had to go pee because I was numb. I just felt this fire. So then they gave me, they rushed to cover everything up. The doctor's calling every 3 hours for the next 2 days. So these motherfuckers almost killed me and then tried to cover it up. But
Kanisha Butts, by the way, talking about her baby being born. I haven't talked to her in forever.
I'm telling you.
Did you? So she came out of your vagina?
She did come out because she was 4 pounds but 19 inches. She was long as hell. She came out a few days later. Hey!
Just kidding. It's not fucking. It's only 17 inches.
It's only 17 and a quarter.
Yeah, it's 10 inches if you measure there and back. No.
So then my blood pressure shot up. I couldn't see her. She was in the NICU for a few weeks, and then we brought her ass home, and she has, she's the best bullshit I've ever been a part of.
That's awesome.
But I always say people are lying when they're like, oh, my kids are the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm like, she's the coolest, but she not even in my top 5 of shit I've really done. That is like the best. So she's in the top 10, but she's not in the
You're
top
like, you made top 7.
Yeah. Like, I got to be on stage with Bone Thugs and Harmony at their concert in Long Beach. That's the one. She can't beat somebody she's named after.
Yeah, straight up. But did she give your life more meaning?
She definitely. Okay, so this is, they talk about postpartum depression. I wasn't depressed, but I couldn't connect. So for 4 months, she was just a baby. Like, I knew there was a baby at the house that I had to take care of, but it didn't register it was my baby.
Let me ask you this. Because it was such a difficult birth, and she was taken away from you, do you think that played into the fact that you weren't able to connect with your child?
Yep, I seen her for 1 minute before I didn't see her for over 30-something hours.
Oh my God!
And it's mandatory that they get that 1 to 2 couple hours just to have that skin-to-skin bonding.
Straight up.
So
in some cultures, they make the baby climb up the fucking climb up. Yeah, like I think it's like an Indian culture or some shit like that. Like they have the baby, and then the baby has to crawl up to the titty to get fed. Like that's that is part of the shit. I don't quote me on the country of origin, but I've seen that shit. So it's like that's some real shit what you're talking about. Like, yeah, man, you got to you got to hold that fucking child.
You have to. You definitely have to, because I was disconnected for almost 4 months.
How did you feel about that? Did you feel guilty? Did you feel?
I felt really bad, and I felt numb at sometimes, and I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like I would cry sometimes because I was like, yo, I don't have, they glamorize being a mother and being pregnancy, and they give you a false narrative of what it really is. Yeah. Because then I went to my social media and I was blogging everything, to be really honest. I mean, there's videos of me crying at 4 a.m, hiding outside in the laundry room in my apartments. Like, I blog everything because it's a lot harder than people would try to make it seem. And I'm a really fun, happy, high, person. So I couldn't imagine somebody who doesn't have such a positive outlook on life like I do. It's a really hard hit to you physically, emotionally. You can barely walk, you can barely pee, and then you have this life to take care of that you don't even feel like is yours. I was feeling crazy than a motherfucker. I was like, this is some bullshit.
I think it's good that you're saying that, man, because a lot of people, it's they have this story that they're telling, oh, that's the best thing that happened, and then you got all these women and men too. It's sometimes even harder for men because like we didn't make the motherfucker. We just I busted, you come out, and then like now I'm supposed to feel all attached to you, and I just don't. You know what I mean? And then there's the guilt attached to that. Like, what's wrong with me as a fucking person? Yeah. Like, why do I feel like this? So I'm glad that you were able to come out and talk about it. How long? So it was a few months. And
it took about 4 months.
And then did anything happen where it clicked, or was it just something slow that you just kind of like, you just became acclimated to having the child, and
It was a slow process, but I think I was breastfeeding her one day. Now I'm gonna just push pause, which also was
Her
a part
tits
of
are
it.
real big.
My titties are so big, but God played me because I only make a little bit of milk. You would think I had gallons of milk up in these motherfuckers. Only
Yeah, it looks like you got
man all
milk
my
truck.
life I've
like
been
them
hearing
Indian motherfuckers milk truck.
milk truck. You can feed a village. I've been hearing that since the 8th grade. Like you can feed a whole village. And at this point, I can't even supplement and give my baby enough milk. You know what I'm saying?
No
so
shit.
It was.
Is there anything you can do for that? Like
You're doing the
titty
massages.
If you need help with that, man. My hands are like magic wands.
Oh man, well I do got to pump after this, so
Pump
it up. So yeah, so you could take different supplements. I mean, I'm trying everything. You got to definitely pump. Imagine having to pump every 2 hours and breastfeed. Like the shit is you're just tired, you're crazy. But I was just breastfeeding her one day, and her little hands. Oh shit. Hey,
Yeah, it's for you.
Oh, that's getting my milk flowing.
Yeah,
I
you
can
get
feel
that-
it. I can feel it.
In the hood, call what the diff. What the brothers in the hood be
Pistol grip, pump them titties.
Hey, look, the milk is flowing. You can
Yeah.
see the veins
You just
popping.
gotta play volume 10 into your titties every day to get that milk going.
And then you got to do this. This helps the milk too.
Yeah, she's tapping with her fingers.
Oh, I'm about to be squirting all down the street.
That's like how she's basically that's how they talk to Helen Keller. She's doing like the tapping on her titties.
I'm doing the titty tapping.
Titty tap.
I take it out and spray it.
Your baby was really small, so I guess did it affect your sex life? Like
Let me tell y'all,
did it fuck up your pussy?
they sewed my vagina too tight.
Oh. And
I
your
don't-
man's got a big dick
He
too.
has a huge penis. I don't need vagina rejuvenation. My shit we were doing fine as it was. It was already hard enough. That
was probably gonna be helpful. Like, thank you for fucking stretching me out a
yes.
little bit so I can take the dick.
total opposite. First of all, we waited 4 months after she was born, which is crazy. Everything is like in fourth. So we didn't have sex. And when the first time we had sex, it felt like a knife was being drug.
Oh.
We had to stop. And I was like, yo, here we go with something else. So I go to the doctor and they're like, the only thing I can do is like do it myself. I got to put my fingers or have him do it, and we just stretching it out because they can't go back in and cut it and then re-sew it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't.
It's scar tissue. It's just gonna make it bad.
And
yeah.
so it still hurts to this day, but not like the knife. She was
Does
like,
he just got to eat more pussy or anything like that? Is that it? Like get you? Because we just had a guy on yesterday. His dick was too big. I was like, just eat a bunch of pussy and take it slow and breathe.
we're using lube, shit I never even needed before, just to give more traction, like more. I don't know what you want to call it, but this shit hurts.
You know, on the flip side, I smashed a chick who got that. She had a baby and then had the procedure done, and it was whack as fuck. And I only got a big dick, and I felt like my heart just bled for people with big penises. I'm like, this is awful.
Oh my god!
Like this is whack. She can't take the dick. Like I could only get it halfway in. Like you can't even do your stroke right. You know what I mean? Like
you
you gotta like do some weird short dick in them and shit. Like deep 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 beep boop pop.
This is the time you want to hear. Just let me put the head in. You hear me?
Yeah, straight up. Straight the fuck up.
That's it. It is. And I don't have you can't have a sex drive when you know that
That's
sex
gonna
is
hurt. Yeah. It's not pleasurable. You're fucking looking at it like it's a job. Like,
Yes.
oh fuck, I gotta go to work and get hurt.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. So
God
we're
damn, dude.
and we're still fighting with that right now. Like it's not as bad, but it's still every time I'm like, shit, here we go, because it still hurts. 6 months later, it still hurts. So hopefully it will go away. I got all type of fucking injuries from this baby, yo.
Damn, man.
All type. And I don't even know if you guys heard of postpartum cardiomyopathy. It's a fucking heart disease you get from having a baby.
You got that shit?
2 days after I went home, I ended up in the cardiac ward all fucking for a whole weekend. I'm sitting on the couch
I hate to laugh at your misfortune, but that shit is ridiculous.
because nothing is ever smooth and fucking easy with me. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm going, and I'm like, I'm suffocating. So at 3 a.m, because the baby's in the NICU for a few weeks, so we're just at the house. I'm fucking in the cardiac ward and can't my goddamn heart is messed up. So we've been doing all type of shit, and I've been doing my CMOS and everything else and trying to get it back. So my last scans after 6 months, because it can naturally correct itself, and it occurs in your last trimester and up to 6 months after you have the baby, you can develop it, and then having another baby could make it fatal depending on how bad it is.
Right.
But I've been doing all, my herbs and stuff, and so my last scans, because I've had 30 of them, are now normal. It has gone back to regular hearts. But I was in the emergency room for palpitations. It was fucking crazy, yo. And I'm going all this for a baby. I should have at least got twins about the fucking situation if I was gonna be.
You don't want no motherfucking twins.
You ain't never lied.
You don't want no twins. 888-742-3345. 888-742-3345. Kanisha Bus hasn't been here for damn near a year. It's good to have you back. It's good to see you looking great.
Thank you.
You got that post-baby glow that almost died from a baby glow.
I know.
on the door of death glow.
Oh my! Look, this is my homie Grim Reaper. He's just sitting here waiting.
Straight up, straight the fuck up. That's awesome. It was I just watching the whole process from a distance. Like it was like you going from like I'm never having a man to having a man to I'm not having a kid to having kids, and it looks like you're just like rolling with the punches, and congratulations on you and your new family.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but having a baby will try your relationship as well. She climbed off the couch on her own. We were in the emergency room. He will not let that shit drop. He swears I dropped her off the Eiffel Tower, and she fell off her fucking.
Man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like kids need to be fucking themselves up, man. I was just talking about this the other day. I was talking about it yesterday on the fucking show, or 2 days ago. Yesterday, I was teaching my little cousins how to play slaps.
Oh,
like
yes.
no one knows how to. Like no one does anything to hurt themselves anymore.
Nope.
Like you need to feel every fucking thing. You need to feel like consequences. You got There's consequences of shit that you do, and like nowadays we live in a time where there's no consequences.
Or they feel like they can't get over something. Like when they took head safety out of school is where the fucking problem in dodgeball. When they start going, oh, you got head safety. And when I was teaching, did you ever used to play Red Rover?
Yeah, and you run through.
You can't do that. No, that's been illegal in schools for almost.
Get the fuck out of here.
When I was teaching, they took that out of the schools.
And you would never have the fat kid because you know that motherfucker was finna fuck up the whole goddamn Red Rover line and shit. Like, no one ever wants Fat Boy to come over. I was the fat kid. They would be like, no, I'd just be like, when they going to call my name? Never, because I was going to fuck up their whole Red Rover.
Yes, whole arms be broken fucking with your ass.
I know. The metal monkey bars. We used to do the monkey fights where you hold on to the monkey bars and you trying to pull the other person down with your legs.
Yeah.
Like it's all this shit that just has disappeared. It's like gone with the wind, and it's for the worse, if you ask me.
It is. These kids. I just posted something on Instagram. It's a scarred up knee. I was like, I don't even know if these new kids got any scars. They don't fall. They ain't riding bikes.
Nope.
They're not doing shit.
No, they're not doing anything, and they're gonna be fragile as fuck. And then they expect the world to fucking be like fragile too.
Yeah.
And then they push it out on the world. These are the same people who are gonna be telling on me. Instead of like checking me in the hallway, they're gonna go to fucking HR and have them handle their problems for them.
That's
Gina in North Carolina. Gina, go ahead. Gina and Charlotte.
Hey, I just wanted to really thank Kanisha for saying what she said about, how she deals with having postpartum, because I did as well after both my kids were born. And, you read all the blogs and see all your friends on Facebook, and they're at pumpkin patches and they're doing cute little, every month photo shoots. And I'm like, can I just survive and remember to eat my dinner without killing me and this baby?
Yeah, it's real talk. It's everybody shows you. It's like everybody, like especially with social media. It's like it's the best foot forward and all that stuff. And it's like
social media was the worst after I had my kids, because I'm like, I got to put bows in their hair and you smile and suck in, and when I realized that I just didn't have the time for it, I felt like, damn, I'm really fucking this up because I don't look happy. I don't feel happy. And, finally, when I actually found some other people who are really going through real shit postpartum and just realized that sometimes parenting is the pits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you don't feel like such a fucking weirdo. And you're not beating yourself up. You're like, oh, this is just... someone having a direct bond with their child is normal, and someone not having a direct bond with their child is normal. My grandmother had the same deal where she sent the kids to the aunties. Like she just was like, I can't even deal. Like this is. She wanted a daughter. It came out a boy. Was like, go push that motherfucker over there. Like it's like shit is like people have real fucking negative feelings about their children, and it doesn't mean they don't love them. It just means they don't. Like you got hormones, they don't know how to deal with it.
Hormones are the worst. You have just snatched something that's been living inside of you. That shit women, we're already kind of crazy anyway. Like our hormones are already out of balance naturally any fucking way. So this on top of it really makes you crazy. Yeah, I'll say it. Women, we're a little bit off. We really are. And then social media doesn't help because these motherfuckers are lying. They're faking. Now you can hire a makeup artist to come and do your makeup for your delivery photos.
Are you kidding me?
It is a service now.
How crazy is that? They have on full lashes,
yes,
microbladed brows.
This is, you know what, the whole mating process has become disgusting.
Yes.
Like when did they start taking fucking engagement photos? Like
I did not even know that was a thing. And now, I look at my album, my kid, my oldest daughter, she's 6. She doesn't even believe me and her dad are married because we don't have 9,000 fucking pictures.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, yeah, I was like, I'm looking at my parents' engagement photos. It's like my dad's got his shirt off in front of some fucking, they like my mom's in some Dukes, and my dad, they look like natural born killers in front of a fucking beat up Mustang or some shit like that. Like that was their engagement photo.
A little electrical box in front of my parents' house. It was not cute at all.
Yeah, it's all bullshit, and it's all this money making. It's all about money. It's all money making, and we are buying into it. It's like quit buying into the bullshit. Focus on your relationship. Focus on your relationship with your kid.
Yep.
Focus on your relationship with yourself. Like if you're having a fucking problem relating to your child, don't beat yourself up over it, and fucking just work through it.
You have to work through it. And if you know somebody who has just had a baby, check on them and check on the real them. Just because they're posting stuff on Instagram don't mean that they don't need that extra check. Maybe you can go over there. The best.
Yeah. I remember feeling like all my friends wanted to know how my baby was doing. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's so fat. Look at all her hair and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, but I also want to die inside. So can we talk about that?
Yeah, because they don't check on you. They just check on the baby. Go over there, do some dishes, cook. Because we don't even eat. Like I just now started eating hot food again on time. Like I wasn't even eating because you just don't have no time. You don't have no time to eat nothing. Like 2 days will go by, like I haven't ate, and then you have to eat to make milk, but you don't have no time because you have to choose between sleeping and eating because you only have like 30 minutes of sleep because
the baby's always up,
because the baby's sleeping, but you have to wake them up every 2 hours to feed them, and then I pump right after that, and then you got to try to wash the bottles, and by the time it's time to wake them up again.
Hey, but you know what the good thing is when you get old, you'll have someone who's gonna look out for your ass
and love you. It's the best. Like I'm saying, it's the best bullshit I've ever been a part of. I am crazy about this girl. I love her to death. It just took some time. It just took some time. And that's why I like to keep it so real. I had one picture while I was going into labor, and I looked like the Loch Ness fucking monster. And I posted that shit. I said, I don't know how y'all be cute because I'm fucked up. And I posted that goddamn picture. Like, just, this is not a glamorous time. You're in pain. You're focused on fucking not dying. Shit.
Thank you so much for fucking, Gina, thanks for calling up and talking about,
Gina,
like, I didn't know about the makeup artist forgot. Like, really, dude? Like,
yeah, you're welcome.
Like, really?
I love your show. I listen to you every day.
Thanks, Gina. Take care.
Go ahead.
Dill in Maine. Go ahead, Dill.
Hey, how you doing, Jude? Good, big fan of this show. The reason I'm calling in is my wife's actually a pregnancy advocate. Teaches women how to deal with postpartum, yoga, the whole nine. Mm-hmm. She had the most severe postpartum depression after our daughter was born. To the point she was using alcohol in the daytime. I wasn't there. This is a lady who is educated on the subject, and I just want to call and emphasize to people that it's very real and it's very it's very daunting for anyone who has to deal with it. And the first signs of it, you need to get help and talk to people, because my wife knew how to deal with it and she didn't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those topics that, I had my coworker one time, he was like, I had to read a book about it because my daughter had severe postpartum, and it wasn't talked about till now, and it's real and it needs to be talked about more.
Yeah, and there's no shame in it either, dog. Like, it doesn't mean you don't love your kid or none of that shit. It's just like, man, fucking hormones and all. It's a whole cluster. It's like a perfect storm of shit going wrong. I mean, I'll be real with you. Like, on the flip side for me, like, as a fucking dude, like, when I had my daughter, it was just like, all right. Like, I was like, okay, cool. I got a kid. And I don't know how I'm supposed. Like, everybody else is like all fucking jazz and shit. And here I am just
blank. Like,
trying. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, am I a fucking piece of shit for this? You know what I mean? And then you're trying to do all the right things and you're going through the motions, but like you're not feeling it. It took a minute to get there, man. It really took a minute to get there. And everybody's like, "Oh, my kid is my world." I was like,
that's
like, I'd fucking rather be out at the club.
And you do feel like that, and that's why.
Another good point that the last caller brought up is the best thing that anyone could do for themselves is distance themselves from social media and not be involved with it, because obviously we all know the ramifications of what we're trying to project, and the reality in life is that 99% of what's on there is BS, and we all know that. So the reality is the best thing that my father ever said to me is, you're ready to be a dad when you're ready to be number 3 in the house, and that means mom, baby, dog, dad.
Damn, son. I don't like that shit.
Get rid of the dog.
I'm like, for me, it's like me, my wife, kids next. I can make another one of them motherfucking kids. You know what I mean? Shit, fuck. Like, y'all got to make sure y'all are good and then go. But like, if your old man's got more miles than I do, so I'm not gonna shit on his opinion, but I think it's got to be strong between you and your man, like Kanisha, and then you guys can be strong partners for your child. If it's just everything's focused on the child, then
that's true.
Then the fucking what the child really needs is a mom and a dad that can disintegrate.
Yeah, and
the last thing I'll add to you guys, and I'll let you go, but the sex life after pregnancy, it's never going to be the same. It's going to take time. It can take years to get back to where it is. I mean, my daughter's 5 years old. I touched my wife's boob the other day. She's like, man, I always loved that. And I was like, no, you haven't for the last 5 years.
No, you haven't.
And she was like, no shit. And my wife breastfed for 2.5 years. So,
Rub and tug.
Do anything we can, brother.
Let me ask you this, Kanisha.
Yeah.
Have you thought about some good butt fucking?
Not with that elephant trunk that lives at my house.
Just do some poppers and get some good butt fucking in.
No. We tried that one time. He said he got blood in his kidneys from it. Like that's what he said. That he was fucked up, and like we were just kind of. But I'm happy, and I mean I was super faded. Like when we do shit like that, we literally be getting super faded.
You're like, let me fucking
But it does not. But I can't do that again. And also, I cannot have like my boobs were my biggest sexual turn on. I am completely disgusted. Like I cannot have him touch my boobs because it's how I feed my baby. So I cannot be.
You can't put the two together.
It doesn't. It makes me cringe.
Does it turn you on when your baby's sucking your titties?
No, it's like you.
Some people like that shit. That's why I'm asking.
And some people do, but for me, no. And I wonder because you think about that, you're like, this is like so crazy. But I just feel the milk coming out, and I'm just looking at her going, damn, I'm really giving my baby life and nutrition.
Yeah.
So I have never felt that way, but I'm sure people have.
Too bad you can't get more milk. You could slang it to fucking bodybuilders.
Yes, I know. My homegirl Mihi, and she's this little Asian girl. This bitch got freezer full of freaking milk, yo.
What is she selling it for? Per
She doesn't sell it. I told her, I was like, you can sell it. She's buying a deep freezer to store all, like she has so much milk.
Oh, she could cake the fuck up.
Yeah, so if you got some information, I'll give it to her because I was telling her, I was like, yo, I think people buy this milk. Now we're alkaline vegan. Otherwise, she offered us the milk, but we're alkaline vegan. So if it's not that, then I can't put it into my baby.
I remember I drank breast milk one time off of a stripper. This fucking Thai stripper. She came out with she was like, oh, I got breast milk in the back. I was like, oh, I'll drink some.
It's so sweet, isn't it? I've drinking it. A few people have drank mine at the comedy, the Laugh Factory. I was
For real?
Because I was drinking, so you got to pump and dump. So I was like, oh, I got white Russians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, milk shots.
It was getting faded off your titty milk. Like,
And they had some cake back there, no lie, but they didn't have nothing to drink. So I was pumping it, and I was drinking, like, sipping the milk and eating the cake. I was faded, yo. Like, that was
Kanisha
ridiculous.
Bus, y'all. All right, it's not going to get any better than that. Where can people follow you?
Okay, so I started a new page for moms. A lot of mom stuff is going to be going on there. I have a lot of content that I'm editing right now that is funny specifically for that. So that's mom, MOM _ ish, ISH _ So momish is my new mom page, and then and that's
Is it on Instagram? Okay.
And then my regular Instagram, which is still majority of my stuff right now until I
Kanisha
transition.
is comedy.
Kanisha is comedy. Facebook Kanisha Bus, and
It's on my story. So if you want to click on that,
yes, click on that. And my fan page at Kanisha Bus, I started up and getting it popping because I'm going to do a lot of exclusive content for there too, because I can't be on the road anymore. So now I have to focus on social media content.
Right,
so it's going to be so much stuff. And I have.
Are you going to do any breastfeeding videos that I can jerk off to?
Yes, well, not with the baby, but I have pumping videos of me at the beach with a martini, walk titties out. I pump anywhere. I bring my titties out.
Pump.
Everywhere, okay? So
pump.
Yeah, follow me on there. Also on YouTube, Give Me 5. I did that right after I had the baby. So it's BT Kingsley. We're doing a bunch of conversations of top 5. So it's Give Me 5 on YouTube. So go check me out on that. And other than that, I mean, I'm in this bitch. Also, somebody who helped me through my postpartum is Angela Spicer, and she is doing a lot of stuff with postpartum right now. She's a comedian, and she is making it funny, and she's going out. She was in the psych ward for her postpartum, so she really came through for me. So definitely check her out as well if you're dealing with postpartum. She's a fucking God-giving to me during that time. So definitely check that out.
Kanisha, thank you so much.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Yes.
And congrats on the baby.
Thank you. My little booski, Miss
Sorry
Harmony.
about your twat.
So is my man. I'm trying to do something so he don't go run around and do nothing stupid. I couldn't even blame him either. Shit. So don't let him hear that part.
Let's go.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
Guess whose birthday it is? Libra season. It's the boss. The motherfucking boss. Eminem. Marshall Mathers. The reason why I'm here. One of the best rappers to do it. And it's like the longer he goes on, it's like you really appreciate his bars, and he's spitting better than ever. But what you guys gotta understand, especially youngsters, like the shit he was doing, wasn't done. He had his own influences, and then he pulled from all these other cats and had this amalgamation of his own fucking ill style. From everybody from Tretch to fucking Redman, self-deprecating humor that was absent in hip-hop at the time, that you might have seen with a Biz Markie maybe, but he can't spit the way M did. He was like just this perfect storm. And I'll be real with you, man. Like when he first came out, I was suspect of him because I was a white dude, and I was like, I don't know about white rappers. I was like racist against white rappers. And then I heard him, and I was like, oh my God. Like, wow, this motherfucker is something else. And it is his birthday today. He has been great for fucking hip hop. That's the other thing. Like he also helped hip hop cross over and go even more mainstream than it already. You know, Dre the Chronic, that shit already went platinum way before M, but M just brought it to even more and more people. More and more people, which allowed more and more rappers to get more and more money. Think of him like Tiger Woods or some shit like that. East Side Zone. Doing that shit. Let me see if I can find like some old school M just to play you like. Nah, man. Let me see if I can find some old freestyles. Let's see. Let me see if I can find some. You know what really fucking sucks? I lost half my goddamn fucking here's a, let's see if I can find one. That ain't the one. Here's a Hail Mary freestyle he's spitting on. I don't even know which one this one's gonna sound like. I wanted the one he did with Scam. Let's see.
Machiavelli, rest in peace. Herb Gotti. Too much Bacardi in his body. Mouth like a 12K shotty. Come get me. And John said he shall be the lost begotten seed of Tupac to lead us in the streams of the ways of the man. Follow me. Meet my best fest, it's Pac's fest. Come get me. If you motherfuckers want shady. If Pac was still here now, he would never ride with ya. Nah, 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 nah. You ain't no killer, you a pussy. That ecstasy done got you all emotional and mushy. Bitches wearing rags and photos. Jai's words being quoted in the store, stealing Pac shit like he just wrote it. You loud mouths, pray to God, hoping no one's listening. See 50 coming for me. Oh my God, my position, no one will pay attention to me. Please, God it, here I go. Give me this pill. Ecstasy done got me feeling so invincible. Now all of a sudden I'm a fucking madman who screams like I'm Pac, but I'm not. Enemies, Hennessy. Acting like I'm great, but I'm fake, I'm crazy. Sweat drip, get me off this trip. Someone stop this train, some say my brain is all corrupted. Fuck from this shit, I'm stuck, I'm addicted to these drugs. I'ma quit saying motherfuckers' names before somebody fucks me up. Ain't no pussies over here, partner. See you in hell, fucker, come get me. Motherfucker,
there's a little fucking diss record. Here's the one I was looking for. This was even before he even blew up. This was like some shit from way back in the day. It's called 365. It's Eminem featuring Scam. This was, yeah, just hold tight. Let this Fortnite fucking thing. There it is.
Yo, I'm trying to be the man of the day, 365 a year. See the bullshit you saying, Scam ain't trying to hear. Busting lyrics in the air, keeping some up in the chamber.
Yo, Scam, what the fuck you
man,
doing?
I'm releasing
Listen how young he sounded.
365 a year. So that bullshit you saying, Shady ain't trying to hear. Spitting lyrics in your ear, keeping some up in the chamber.
Hey yo, Shady, what the fuck you doing?
I'm releasing anger.
You know what they say about you, don't you? You've got funny in the head. I'm real bloody weirdo.
Man, I'm tired of being tired. Every time I wake up, tired of these fake ducks. Tired of being late for the bus. Tired of all be blending and ending up dating sluts. So my facial expressions.
I'm gonna let you hear Scam rap just so you can hear what rap kind of sounded like. This was pretty straightforward, strong rap at the time. Listen.
You ain't Erica Badu. What I look like, Tyrone? I'm ripping tissue out your ear, spitting like I don't care. My hair look like I ain't combed this shit in damn near a year. Sideburn zigzag. I leave the next man with his heels up. Brain dead to be reincarnated at a speed bump. When we don't, we skate hard, so you don't land shit. Suck Scam's dick, gargle with a dead man's spit. Yo, that's it. I don't plan shit. You know how it go down. They need to slow down and take a look who the hoe now. With every industry party, getting so damn drunk, can't remember the last ass you kissed or dick you sucked. Remind me of my ex in the street, got me vexed. Try to roll up on Miami, leap with a broke neck. Oh shit, lethal, lyric, equal, landmine. I be stacking up white rappers like I'm throwing gang signs. And I'm buck wild, exposing the plain truth. You couldn't mess with me, fucking shit up in the same room. Hey you, I don't know you, but fuck it. Let me get $1 for this bad karma to go along with the breath. Some sort of mad bomber that steal the show like a theft. Cause in Miami, the bass be jamming like 3 up in the chamber.
Yo, Scam, what the fuck you doing?
Man, I'm trying to be the man of the day, 365 a year. See the bullshit you saying, Scam.
This is this was actually referenced in the Stan song. I even got the underground shit you did with Scam. Alright, here it is. Now listen to what M does on this. And this isn't this shit on Scam. This is just to show you what this how far ahead he was.
I've been trying to figure something in in my head, and maybe you can help me out, yeah? When a person is insane, as you clearly are, do you know that you're insane? Maybe you're just sitting around reading Guns and Ammo, masturbating in your own feces. You just stop and go, wow, it is amazing how fucking crazy I really am.
Some people say I'm strange. I tell them ain't shit changed. I'm still the same lame asshole with a different name. Who came late to the last show with a different name. Brain ache from the last though that I sniffed the cane. You know you're spaced the fuck out like George Lucas when your puke is turning to yellowish orange mucus. So when I grab a pencil and squeeze it between fingers, I'm not a rapper, I'm a demon who speaks English. A freak genius, too extreme for the weak and squeamish. Burn you alive till you screaming to be extinguished. Cause when I drop the science, motherfuckers tell me to stop the violence. Start a fire and block the hydrants. I'm just a mean person, you never seen worse than. So when Slim gets the Sim 16 bursting, you getting spun backwards like every word of obscene cursing on the B-side of my first single with the clean version. Stopping your short life when you still a teen virgin. Unless you get a kidney specialist and a spleen surgeon in the best hospital possible for emergency surgery to try to stop the blood from your ruptured sternum internally. I'll take it back before we knew each other's name. Running the ultrasound and snatch you out your mother's frame. I'll take it further back than that, back to Lover's Lane, to the night you was thought of and cock block your father's game. I plead the fifth like my jaws were muzzled. So suck my dick while I take a shit and do this crossword puzzle. And when I'm down with 10 seconds left in the whole bout, I'ma throw a headbutt so hard I knock us both out.
Nobody was doing that. Nobody was doing that. It was over fucking 20-some years ago. And you got all these people following him. So happy birthday to the boss. Appreciate you. Thanks for the job. But more importantly, thanks for what you did for hip-hop, man. Appreciate that. I'm going to play you some Eminem songs, and if we got time, we'll do the news. If we don't have time, we'll just jump into an old school pill mix. All right. What do we got? What do we got for Eminem songs?
You wanted to play Guilty Conscience?
Yeah.
Guilty Conscience coming right out.
That's him and Dre. Here it is. Guilty Conscience. It's off of his first major release. And Play Me Don't, I Just Don't Give a Fuck, too. I like that song, too. And then, or whatever else. Happy birthday, M. You're fucking old as hell. You did it. Let's go.